I'm delighted to welcome you to the beautiful Baroque Gallery, a suitably dramatic and glamorous setting in which to launch Books 2008. All of my colleagues at the Sunday Independent have been very supportive, but I'd like to pay special tribute to Anne Harris, Mary O'Sullivan and Andrea Byrne. We wanted a family-friendly festival. There's plenty of writers' festivals, book weeks, writers' weeks throughout the country, but we wanted something in the capital that would offer something for every member of the family.
I'm really quite frankly amazed that Dublin hasn't had a festival of this sort up until now. And I'm delighted that you've managed to get, you've got March and Amis, which is a fantastic catch, but you haven't neglected the children. And I think it's so important that if you're going to interest young people in books, but they don't just read, but they also learn that writers like myself are not sort of ancient and boring, at least I hope not, but they can get involved in an event like this too. So I think it's just great that there's a children's side to it as well.
The thing is that the more exotic and peculiar the location, the harder it is to describe it to a lot of kids who might never in their life get there.
When I was growing up, most of the writers I was reading were dead, because that's how it was. But nowadays, we're alive, we're out there, we're talking, we're approachable, we're human beings, and I think this sort of festival is a demonstration of just that.
The reason why reading is so important and why kids, young people who read with their parents, are likely to be more successful in their life is that reading is one of the most creative things you can do. I'll take a question here from the front. Yeah.
This is a new festival. I think for its first year, it's achieved amazing things, and it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few years.
The seven dwarfs saunter past us, pursued by the Mad Hatter and various assorted fluffy tigers holding hands. The fans are chanting again now. You'll never beat the Irish, you'll never beat the Irish. If Wanda smiles any harder, her eyebrows will disappear into her hairline. I close my eyes. I try to imagine just how much money you would have to spend on drugs to achieve this weird a feeling.
But I think it's been an amazing start. It's ticked all of the different kinds of literature. There's a very interesting children's aspect of the festival, and it's really been a pretty spectacular chapter one.
I think anything that promotes reading is a wonderful thing, and anything that makes people feel that reading is accessible and fun is to be applauded.
Via a skylight, I slide into a living room, and right away I know it's a woman who lives here. Two plants, both alive. A television of unusually modest size.
One morning, after a lull, they woke up with the enemy right in front of them, beyond a stand of trees. There was a mist across the fields, and they could see nothing, only a family of deer leaping away across the dawn.
Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak for like half an hour about me, because I'm awesome. I went to school once. I was small, little. I had like a head like a potato, on a body that was like a potato. I basically was a potato.
His none too clean T-shirt bore the legend, "Life sucks and then you die." He looked about 17, but must be John Glasgost in his late 20s at least.
Grace's jolt into the rarefied world of reportage photographers was unforeseen by everyone in the family, especially Grace. In college,
it's a great idea for Dublin in particular. Ireland is such a country of writers.
And the great thing about festivals, chance to meet other writers like Rebecca Miller. I've never met her before, but I've read her stuff.
Women guests apparently came into the category of baggage everyone was always having to account for. And suddenly, Jean thought, the hitherto mind-numbing airport query, "Did you pack this bag yourself?" gained fresh poetry and meaning.
As the motorcade came up the mile-long Stormont Road, flading figures twirled out of us, with impressive menace and address, and there was a bit of warm work for the sweating policemen, a bit of buffeting, bear-hugging, and rugby tackling.
The people of Dublin deserve it, and because they're among the nicest audiences on earth, and a pleasure to talk to and talk with.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
I'd love to see this as a big annual event. I'd love Books 2008 to be Books 2038.